Never forget. Yes, never forget the earthquake in Skåne. So, Patrik Fältström, Head of Engineering, Research and Development at Netnod. Sorry. Coffee. Ah. We're now working with the microphone, the coffee, the presentation, Patrik, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Perfect. But this is the other presentation. I have had coffee, so I reckon I saw this earlier. That looks good.
You can have my presentation if you want. I know where that went.
So tomorrow, Lehman threatens to give me his presentation. Yes. So what have we been doing in engineering, research, and development lately? I have staff that is extremely committed, and I think most of them are here. So at the end of this presentation, I will tell you a little bit on what we actually are doing, so you also know who to talk to about your favorite pet project. Oh, clicker, sorry. So let's go through a little bit quickly, because we're into the coffee break, what we have been doing. First, NTP. You heard me present the actual NTP service and NTP PTP service last time. We are now we have the things up and running at all the IXs except Luleå. Luleå is something that is to be deployed. I'm coming back to that. It has some implications to the IX deployment in Luleå. The actual location is not really decided in Luleå. It has to do with the IX itself. And now there are not many of you that actually are connected to the Netnod IX in Luleå in Stadshuset. But just because Sunet and others are looking at the Vattenfall site in Notviken, I really want to talk with those of you being up there. Maybe you're interested in being there, regardless of whether you're connecting to the IX itself. I'm trying to help and coordinate with Ove Landberg at PTS to try to see whether or not Notviken Vattenfall site could be sort of the new sort of default location in Luleå if it is the case that we drag fiber up there. So I'm really interested in talking with those of you which are sort of north of Uppsala or something, what you think about Notviken compared to Stadshuset. PTP is available. We are currently connecting the first customers or the first peers on PTP. So that is something that you also can talk to us about. We have agreements with PTS, so they are paying for everything regarding NTP, and they're paying for everything for PTP up to the interface where the fiber is connecting. So it doesn't sort of cost more than our operation of making sure that the fiber exists. And in Stockholm, the normal Stokab fiber connection fees that you have to pay for when you connect to our IX normally. So just contact us and everything will be fine and dandy. We also don't mind talking to you a little bit about your experience of running 1588. It's not so easy to actually get that running optimally, and we have some bad experience with some vendors, so we're happy to talk to you about that as well. You know who you are, some of you were already talked to. NTP, of course, available over IPv4 and IPv6. NTP is available using also symmetric encryption. So these are really the new things that we have done, as I presented in the spring. This is up and running. Just use it. Everything is there. So this is the node. You've seen these pictures before. The FPGA card, the actual, it's open source. I haven't heard anyone trying to get this running on their own FPGA. If you try, please let us know, because we want to know. We haven't had time to really check how portable the code itself is. And myself, I have never touched an FPGA more than carrying it around. So I don't even know, I don't know sort of what it means by being really like portable. So let us know what you think. On the DNS side, we are really excited. we have completed development. Well, not completed. I'm looking at MC, which is the head developer, and I'm saying completed, is saying I don't think so. But anyways, if you deploy something that you're not embarrassed over, you're probably deploying too late. So this is currently up and running. We have customers. So what this is a completely new provisioning system for DNS zones that we developed ourselves. It's a web interface and also API, where we have a reseller program that we call DNS Node for partners. It's an extremely efficient backend that we are using to actually provision the zones that we like to run. We have contacted, so the whole idea here is to offer our Anycast services that we've been running for iRoute and TLDs also for enterprises. But we are selling the services via resellers. So just contact, if you want to be a reseller, contact me or Johan or Karina, and we can talk more about it. Good stuff, launched, live, up and running, done. But of course, there are a bazillion more things that we would like to add, but it is up and running. Compared to some others that say, oh, this is up and running maybe in February next year. This is up and running. So on the IX side, we are currently looking at new architectures. All of you that work with IX know that there are coming up new chip designs. You heard about the new coherent technologies. We are looking at that as well, of course. So we are looking at specifically the Malmö-Copenhagen IX to evolve that into new design and also new hardware, which of course means they look at different vendors. And we all know how fun it is to talk to multiple vendors because they say different things at different point in time. And then they promise things, and then you talk with someone a little bit later, and you don't really know what, you don't remember what they said, etc. So regarding the organization, this is what it looks like. So what we have done inside the organization to make life a little bit easier is to point out, to appoint people to certain roles within the group. And as you understand, Kai cannot be the only one that works with IXs. So for each one of these topics, of course, multiple people work together, but there is a main contact person. So if you're interested in IX, you talk with Kai, routing, Matte, site, deployment stuff, Lehman, DNS, Johan, Linux issues and various operating systems, talk with Kim, NTP, Ragge, and then we have the developers, Daniel, MC, and we have an open spot for developer. Anyone interested? Anyway, let me know. Infrastructure management, Pierre, and system integration, deployability, MEM, and that sort of, yeah, we discussed MEM and myself, what it should be called, cleaner, holding the rest of us back, making sure things doesn't fall apart, saying no, anyways, deployability. So this is who we are, and I would like to have the people on this, on the people here which are in the room. Can you stand up, please? No. Hello. There, good. So now you know who they are, and you know you now have the main contact persons. You don't have to call me. Well, please do anyways. Okay, other things we're doing regarding, you know that Henrik has been working with support, part-time support the IETF tool server. He is now working 100% for the IETF as support, good thing. We have an agreement with the Internet Society, so we together make sure that he can spend all his time on that. We also deal with internal IT, and all of you know how fun that is. Hooray! Okay. Another new thing that I would like to announce is that we have a project together with IIS, and that is, for those of you that have been around since Statskontoret and the specification of the internet access. Hello, Anne-Marie. We have an agreement with IIS that we are going to do, first of all, a pre-study to see whether there is a feasibility to run a longer project that defines what internet access is, and see how that can be used to increase the quality of internet access in Sweden, and also, of course, make it easier for access providers to sell their products and make it easier for whoever sells the access to actually sort of make it easier for sellers and buyers to meet, instead of having all of these buyers that try to buy something they think is internet access, but in reality it is not. So we have Nicky. Can you stand up, please? He's a project manager for that project, and he is now running a pre-study until 1st of December. If it is the case that you think this is the great idea, that you have input, that you think this is the most stupidest idea ever, which means that you probably had thought it was a stupid idea since 1997 when Anne-Marie and I started with this. Let us know that as well. Jörgen, yes, yes. we know where. Yes, I know where you live. Anyways, so we are trying to launch that. So until 1st of December, we are trying to see whether there is a feasibility as a pre-study. Last year, of course, have been dominated by DNS Node, but the good thing here is that we managed to, for those of you being frustrated with our services, we have in the DNS Node architecturally been able to develop a provisioning system where no humans at Netnod are involved from the customer requesting a change to actual deployment of, for example, new zones. That new architecture is something that we are now working hard to try to ensure that we can reuse that architecture also for example, the IX side and everything else we do. So for those of you being frustrated of slow delivery times, that is something we're aware of, and one thing we're trying to do is to remove the humans so that we can do a little bit more R stuff. People ask me, so how is it to run engineering, research, and development? I'm just sometimes also looking at Johan, we look at each other and say, it has been not enough R lately. And that is something that we are trying to take care of. We have some ideas of what to do. The IX architecture discussions, of course, is now, yes, Johan?
I want an R and R department.
Yes, Johan wants an R and R department. I know it has been a very tough year, but on the other hand, we are now done with sort of deployment, which is really happy with this new product, new range of products, which is a good thing. And of course, we are now moving over resources to help poor Kai that has been completely alone working with IX stuff and architecture. So we will now be able to help him with that as well. Matt, welcome on board. You're probably one of the person that already is helping. So anyways, so that's it. That's what we have done. Just a little bit late. If you have any questions, ask me or anyone else. You saw who they are. You saw the contact persons here, there. You know who to talk to. Good. Questions? You can catch us today. Now coffee, right? No? Okay.
I have a few questions on the deliverables.
You're a newcomer. Are you allowed to ask those questions? Thank you, everyone.